Well, welcome to podcast number 2 for Jim and Dee. This is Jim Patton here and
Dee Patton.
And we're trying to get going here with our podcast on a weekly basis. And we have two podcasts we're doing now. One is the Jim and Dee podcast, which is this one, and then the other one is the MOH podcast. And that one is where we don't do music and stuff on that one. We usually do some kind of, I don't know, talking. Or we've been doing some. We're starting off with some Winky Pratney tapes that have been long lost for the last 30 or 40 years, whatever. So we're trying to bring some of those along. And did you have something you want to say before we get into this?
Just really happy to be doing this. We get all into one thing, and then get a little bored as artists. We're always like to be doing new stuff. As evidenced by, as we're going through our list of songs, all the ones that we've already done on shows, all the ones that are already up on YouTube, all the ones we're trying to start fresh and do something a little that's going to stay interesting. So I think we're going to have fun with this because it's a different kind of a form of communication, art form, whatever you want to call it.
All right, so we're going to do some songs as we have always done in the past, and we're going to do a song today. For those of you that haven't been listening to or watching our YouTube channel, we pretty much did a lot of live stuff on there, and we're going to continue to do some live stuff, but this is a chance for us to have a format to bring you some of our recordings. And the first one we're going to do is a song that we recorded some years ago. It's a song that we do all the time. We've done it for years as Bongo and the Point. And it has a cool story to it because we went, it's been about 2.5, 3 years ago, or 2 or 3 years ago. We went to see 2 of Rick Nelson's children. It's Matthew and Gunnar. They were known as the Nelsons, and they were around in, I don't know, the 80s or 90s or something. They described themselves as heavy metal hollies, I think is what they called themselves. And they were popular for a while, but they've been going around now doing a tour, doing a tribute to their dad, and they just sing his songs and tell stories. And this was a story. Now, this song I found out after we'd been singing it a while. Well, the first time I heard this song, it was in the 60s, and it was recorded by the Mamas and the Papas. And Mama Cass sang it. It was a big hit. And then when we were doing At Home with Jim and Dee, our videos, I looked up some history on the song, and I found out that the first person to ever do this song was Ozzie Nelson. Ozzie Nelson was a band leader, and Harriet, of course, was his wife and singer in the band. But he was the first one to record this song. That was kind of cool to find out that there was a connection between this song and the Nelson family. But when Matthew and Gunnar were talking about this, about their story, their history with growing up with a famous dad and all that, they told the story about how they used to have this babysitter that they really liked. They liked her because she would come over and she would take them to McDonald's in her Rolls-Royce convertible. And they just thought that was great fun. I don't know if they knew about big deal about a Rolls-Royce convertible or not. They were pretty young, but they used to like her because she would do that. And she would take them to McDonald's, and they'd go get hamburgers and come home. And it wasn't until much later in their life they realized that she was someone famous because it was Mama Cass herself, who I guess after the Mamas and the Papas broke up, I don't know, I guess she needed some spending change or something. I don't know. They didn't say why she...
payments on her rolls.
Yeah, they didn't say why she was babysitting, but that was a pretty cool story. So we're going to play you now our recorded version of Dream a Little Dream of Me.
Shining bright above you, night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree, dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me, just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me while I'm alone and blue as can be. till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries far behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
I usually sing that song, and we do it a lot. Another song we do is a Beatles song. We used to do this a lot more when the girls sang with us. I don't know why, but
Because we had more harmonies.
when we started singing, we were singing in coffee houses and around, and we had people that followed us, and they had certain kinds of songs that they liked.
And expected.
And so it wasn't a huge following, but it was kind of a rabid following. And one of the kinds of songs that they liked for us to do was what they called car songs. Now, last week in our first podcast, we did a car song, a Beatles song called I Get Around.
Beach Boys song.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I had Beatles on the mind. A Beach Boys song called I Get Around. Now, that qualifies as a car song in the minds of these fans that I'm thinking of.
Along with songs like Little Deuce Coupe and Little Old Lady from Pasadena and so on.
Yeah, those are car songs. So we thought this next song was a car song. We thought it was very obviously a car song, but some of our fans did not think that this song qualified as a car song. So let's go ahead and play the song. It's called Drive My Car.
Drive My Car, it's called. Drive My Car. It's obviously a car song.
Originally a Beatles song, which we have fun doing. And then you can decide whether you think this is a car song or not.
All right, here we go.
I asked that girl what she wanted to be, and she said, baby, can't you see? I want to be famous, star on the screen, but you can do something in between. Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car. Maybe I love you. I told that girl that my prospects were good, and she said, baby, it's understood. Working for peanuts is all very fine, but I can show you a better time. Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car. Baby, I love you. Beep, 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 yeah. 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 Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car, and baby, I love you. I told that girl I could start right away, and she said, listen, babe, I got something to say. I got no car, and it's breaking my heart, but I found a driver, and that's a star. Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car. Baby, I love you. Beep, 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 yeah. Beep, 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 yeah. Beep, 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 yeah. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 yeah.
All right, there you have it. Drive My Car. Now, the objection they used to give us was that in the end we find out that the girl doesn't actually have a car. But I think car longing serves
makes
as...
it
Yeah,
a-
I mean,
yeah.
if a guy has an old 32 Deuce Coupe and he's wanting a 40 Ford, he doesn't have that 40 Ford yet, but he's still a car guy. So,
Well, we want to do a song for you now that is that we're just going to play live.
oh, yeah, we need to Get my guitar.
It's one of our newer songs. This is an original. We've done our quota of oldies for today. And this will be a Jim and Dee original. And it is fairly new as Jim and Dee songs go. When we're on tour, we happen to sing this at a musicians gathering, a little house concert kind of thing. And afterward, we actually met a guy who said he would like to have a demo of this song to shop. That he knew some people that
he's in the music industry. He works with some somewhat famous people, and he's in the music industry in the LA area. So he asked us if we would do a demo. My guitar playing is so poor that I've sent the song to a friend of ours named Jim Earp, and he's gonna record the guitar part so it can be correct. And then he'll send me the guitar part. We'll add the vocals, and we'll send it to our new contact.
And when we get the guitar part back, and after you hear me sing it, we're also thinking about finding someone who can sing it.
Yeah, I've read a lot of stuff about sending demos and stuff. They tell you really have to get high quality demos with good musicians and good singers. So if we're going to sell this song, we might have to make sure
somebody else to sing.
Yeah, make sure we're not on the recording at all. But that's okay. So anything else about the song itself, or you...
Well, this song actually is it's an intro song. We do songs, especially kids songs, that are I would call them story songs, and a lot of them are kind of fairy tale-ish. So when we were doing a little bit of songwriting, went out of town to get focused and write songs, and we came up with this song as an introduction to times when we're going to be singing more story, fairy tale-ish kind of songs. And it's called Once Upon a Time.
Yes, Once Upon a Time. And here we go. We're going to try it. You get this right?
Once upon a time, that's how the story starts. So did yours and mine, though years and miles apart. Frogs and fairies do their best to find the key and pass the test, but wicked queens with magic beans steal away their hearts. You will find a story there in every face. Every life is questing to find that magic place. Every girl a princess, every boy a prince, every choice a journey in search of happiness. Happy ever after, that's what the stories say. But dragons, knights, and magic words, and dangers on the way. All is lost and turns to ice, but in the end a sacrifice. The sleeper wakes, the curse it breaks, and love is won the day. You will find a story there in every face. Every life is questing to find that magic place. Every girl a princess, every boy a prince, every choice a journey in search of happiness. Once upon a time, that's how the stories start. So did yours and mine, though years and miles apart. Alrighty, that was Once Upon a Time, and one of our newer songs, and we hope you liked it.
We've been going through looking at some of our... this is kind of a cool thing for us because we have a lot of stuff that we've recorded that we haven't been able to let anyone hear. So I think what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be pulling out some of these old things. Some of these are not even real recordings. They're just kind of like demos. People tend to think that if I only had just, one more piece of gear, if I only had that really nice reverb, if I only had that multi-track recorder, if I only had, they have all these things. And one time, I don't know, I was going through cupboards or shelves or something, and I found this old 4-track cassette recorder that I used to use. And I thought this would be cool to pull out and do a song, because back in those days, this is like 20 some odd years ago, this is all you could have had. Maybe it was a little 4-track cassette. And so I thought this would be fun as an exercise in creativity, because people think creativity, if I had more money, if I had more this, more that. No, it's actually, we've found the limitations often cause you to be more creative. And so I thought I'm just going to do a little instrumental song, just to limit myself to 4 tracks and see what I can do. So this song only has 4 tracks. It has bass, drums, electric piano, and guitar. So I just did these 4 tracks and then mixed it down, and I was kind of happy, because it was just an exercise in exercise in futility. No, it was exercise in simplicity.
Well, you'll have to be the judge of that.
Yeah. And so this is a song that I recorded on my little old 4-track, and it's called His Comfort.
Alrighty then, boys and girls, we are done for another week podcast. We're happy that you've joined us. We hope to do other kind of weird, creative things. Who knows what we'll come up with? Who knows what we're going to say? But until next time, blessings upon you from Jim and Dee.
Bye now.